Many people have tried to incorporate blockchain technology into Hollywood with mixed results so far. Today's guest, Peter Antico, has some ideas that could make a difference. Peter, welcome to Open Source.
How are you today?
I'm good. Look, I'm excited to do this episode because I know that you've been in Hollywood for decades. You're very, very experienced. You've been doing stuff with SAG and acting, and you really have a wealth of experience. Now you're moving to the blockchain world. Let's start talking about technology, though. Like, what is the current state of technology in Hollywood?
Well, let's see, they're a bit, I want to say uneducated with the implement of generative AI, they're like the Writers Guild and the Performers Unions or SAG-AFTRA weren't equipped to deal with it because they really didn't bring any technology or technologists or AI developers in, or people that really knew anything about technology during their negotiations. So they basically gave up their professions, and they gave up the right for artificial intelligence engines to ingest screenplays and to use actors and to create replicas of actors with really, consent or protections. Uh,
Right.
and the bottom,
Just to clarify, because you were on the board or something at SAG. I know that you've got a lot of experience there, right?
yeah, I was on the board for 10 years, and I used to be the chair of the Los Angeles Technology Committee, for 4 years.
Wow.
And to say that it's just difficult because of bureaucracy at SAG-AFTRA, meaning the executives and the members, they're actors, so they don't understand anything about technology. So this got sprung at them like the last 2 months or 3 months of the negotiation, instead of preparing them by educating them with AI, which the executive director certainly knew about, and he ill-prepared everyone, and he went in and gave up the farm. So the contracts they negotiated really have no solid AI protections, and they're relying on good people at the tech committees or the government to bring in legislation that will protect performers' name, image, and likeness. Because
So
there's already a law in California that protects your name, image, and likeness, and if they had just said no AI from the beginning, their name, image, and likeness would be protected, and they would have to pay and negotiate before they do it. But they made it a condition of employment, which makes it nefarious, because you can't get a job unless you agree to replicate your image with really no protections. And they
so
can,
so really, like, AI is an incredibly disruptive technology for Hollywood, and it sounds like they're really just barely sketching the guardrails right now. Is that fair?
yeah, well, I don't think they have really guardrails. And the Writers Guild made a big mistake by allowing them to ingest their screenplays, because it's so fast. The AI works, every 3 months is equivalent to a year in AI terms. So the bottom line is, that do I think in the next 2 years that artificial intelligence can write good screenplays? I do. Of course, you need the human condition. I believe in the human condition. You really need a heart and soul to write a screenplay, and that should always be honored. But it won't be, because it's about commerce, the bottom line. So corporations only care about money, and the artists care about, protecting, their copyright and their right to create without it being, used parts of their screenplays jarbled together and using their work to create other works, other derivative works.
Sure. Are you worried that AI is going to really hurt artists in Hollywood?
100%. It certainly is. And if they don't, get out from behind the eight ball, it's going to seriously damage the entire business.
So what do you think people can do? I mean, we've only got a minute left before the break, but obviously AI is such a massive technology.
I think you need native layer one blockchains, that could contain AI and use tokenization to monetize film, music, and television. I think that's the future,
Right.
and it's going. I mean, my company, Ethical Media Group, is doing just that. We're using advanced proprietary blockchain technology to tokenize film, music, and television. And
Let's hold off in terms of getting to that, because we're going to get into blockchain in the next segment. 30 seconds, real quick. What about the fires? Is Hollywood going to rebuild itself after the fires?
I mean, it's difficult. That's such a tragedy out there because, massive amount of homes, all people in Altadena and in Pacific Palisades and Malibu. Dennis Quaid lost his house. Mel Gibson lost his house. I mean, it's really a shame because the fires are a travesty for any economy, and our infrastructure was ill prepared. There was a lot of problems, within I want to say our government leadership, that added to the problem. There
Look,
certainly
it's
would have
very,
been
very
difficult.
disappointing. We got Peter Antico here on open source.